Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. That moment is finally here. It's what we've been waiting for. It's been 3 long months, but the Premier League is back. I cannot wait. Do you know what? I'm so excited. I'm not even going to use a cue card. I'm delighted to welcome Rob Armstrong from the Football Republic onto the channel.
He remembered my name without a cue card.
I'm so
brilliant. We're back.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Rob is a West Ham fan. I'm sure a lot of you know him. Make sure that you're subscribed to the Football Republic, which is where you can catch Rob all the time. But he is a West Ham fan, and I think that he's very confident about this season. Is that correct?
I think so. I think you have to be mad to be a West Ham fan and not be confident about this year. Transfer window hasn't quite gone as well as we might have wanted it to. I know there's every star striker under the planet has been linked with us, like a Higuain and a Carlos Bacca and things. We ended up with Andre Ayew.
And they all said no.
But yeah, who knows? Who knows? Even with this lovely stadium. But yeah, I think it's still going to be a good season. We've got Faguli, we've got Toure, we've got Nordtveit. That's, you know, we're a stronger team than we were, and obviously there's still some time to go in the window yet.
Do you know, well, last season, you had a fantastic year last year. Bilic did wonderful things. Last year at Upton Park was a very emotional season for Hammers. You pushed on. There was a moment when it looked like the Champions League was a real possibility. This year, do you feel like you can kick on and go one more and actually make that? Are you a competitor of Chelsea for that privilege? I
don't know. Last year was a funny one, wasn't it? Because the big teams were all so bad. I mean,
thank you.
The big teams were... Chelsea were absolutely at the top of the bad teams last year. We really had a chance, about 2 or 3 games to go. Champions League was in our hands, and then we lost 4-1 at home to Swansea, and all of a sudden, you know, you beat Man United 3-2 in your last game at Upton Park, and it actually, in terms of the league, sort of meant nothing. Especially when we went and lost 2-1 to Stoke afterwards. It's those 2 results at the end of the year actually threw us off and landed us in 7th, which was a good season, a very good season. But
not as good as it could have been. It was a bit of an anticlimax.
We didn't capitalise on that, and I think this year, 7th would be all right. 7th or 6th, would be okay.
Ever the optimist, Rob. Ever the optimist.
I mean, every part of me says no, we're going to finish 14th because it's West Ham United. We've just got this 60,000 seater, so it would only be right if we then got relegated. But but I mean, we can't get relegated. Some of those teams coming up as well are awful. Hull.
Yeah, Hull are in big trouble, aren't they? Hull are really in big trouble. Do you know who I think? Do you know my dark horse for this year to really struggle? I think Watford.
Yeah.
I don't rate their manager. I just don't think the setup is correct. I think Watford could be in trouble this year.
Absolutely zero stability in Watford, other than Troy Deeney.
Yeah, great player. Really, really good player. So, Rob, what's it like from a West Ham fan's perspective coming to Stamford Bridge on a Monday night, first game of the season? This is massive, isn't it? What a rivalry this is.
Yes.
I hate you, and I say that with all... That's a massive compliment.
I hate you so much as well.
It's such a compliment, isn't it?
And all of you. No, no, I mean, it's a huge rivalry for West Ham. Always has been. A lot of talk comes about with Spurs. I know they always say, oh, yeah, it's your cup final. I think everyone says that they're our cup final. But we sing Stick the Blue Flag up your arse every game, religiously. Still sing about Frank Lampard. Still sing about having the wings of a sparrow and the arse of a crow. Flying over Chelsea tomorrow and, you know, on a buzzer's blow or whatever. So these are...
But it's a great thing, isn't it? These rivalries, football rivalry is a wonderful thing, and that's only a compliment. West Ham fans hating Chelsea is only a compliment to Chelsea fans.
Yeah,
it's what you want, isn't it? Like, nobody wants to be Fulham.
And it's the East v West thing as well.
Yeah, it's District Line derby.
Basically, yeah, District Line derby. Still takes 4 hours to get from one end to the other, but yeah, and it's a kind of, not so long ago, we're only talking 15 years ago, the clubs were a similar size. Obviously, Chelsea with the Abramovich, they really shot up, you know, one of the biggest clubs in the world now. West Ham, hopefully that will happen now. We've got the big stadium, but it's still West Ham, so we never know.
Have you been? You've been to that new stadium, haven't you?
Yeah. I went NK Domžale from Slovenia.
Glamorised.
54,000 people to watch that. It's pretty impressive.
And how is
really.
it? How is the new? I'm really looking forward to going there this season. It's gonna be. I loved my trip to Upton Park. Upton Park was it was a cathedral of football. I loved going. I genuinely believe that though. Give me Loftus Road. Give me Upton Park. Give me stadiums like that over the Emirates any day.
Yeah, I mean it's big. It's very big, huge, and the roof holds in the noise very well, which is something I think everyone's always worried about when they move to a new stadium. You think, oh God, atmosphere is going to be awful. The atmosphere, without a doubt, first 3 years is going to be questionable because you know you need to find your pockets of fans. I know Celtic have opened up their safe standing section.
Hopefully that's a sign of things to come in the Premier League as well, because that would be wonderful.
We'd love that, but our chairman today, David Gold, tweeted saying, Oh yeah, sitting is the same as standing. You just have to be passionate to make noise.
Which is just nonsense.
Which is rubbish. Like every game in the history of football ever has proven that wrong. It's borderline patronising. Yeah. So I hope that's not a sign of things to come for us. I hope we can still like generate those pockets of fans that start the atmosphere.
Vitriol.
Yeah, exactly, and get the atmosphere spinning around the stadium. It will take time, but it's big. It's very impressive. And it's easy to get to.
Cannot wait to go
Upton
there.
Park was never a joy to get to with that queue.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And that one street, one dodgy train line to get
I'd always
there.
walk to Plaistow. Call me old-fashioned. Yep. That was my route.
East Ham or
Rob,
Plaistow.
just give me an outsider's input on what you think of Chelsea this season. How far do you think we'll go? Do you think our signings have been correct?
It's funny with you. The signings have been massively kind of underplayed by the appointment of Conte. I think Conte did well in the Euros, but arguably put on the two best tournament performances when they beat Spain and when they beat Belgium.
Yep, true.
Obviously, it went a bit tits up against Germany with the penalty shootout, but you can't help Zaza deciding to dance at a crucial time like that. But Conte is huge, and Chelsea have had managers. Mourinho in his sort of glory days, and even the second spell in his it first or second season?
Second season won the league. Yeah.
They're managers that grind out results, and it's not necessarily a grinding out of results. There's a lot. I mean, Allardyce we've had, not as good as Mourinho, of course, but it's not grinding out results. It's winning when you have to win and not being light.
It's refreshing to hear someone say that, Rob.
Conte,
you're absolutely right.
Conte is, is Italian, and it may be a sort of generalisation of Italian managers, but it's kind of what we're expecting. I think so. I think so. After the season you've just had, you need a manager that's going to grind out results, because last year you kind of looked flimsy for 3 months of the season, which is not the Chelsea I remember from the sort of 10 years before, when even when Man United were winning the league 4 years in a row or whatever it was, you never sort of looked at them and thought you can't beat them. Whereas Chelsea, you thought you might nick a draw, but you never ever thought you'd beat them. I mean, you went unbeaten at home for 3 years or 4 years. And you kind of lost that last year, and I mean, especially West Ham, we were looking at Chelsea thinking like, oh, we're going to get a double here. Yeah, exactly. We were 2-0 up, weren't we, as well?
Yeah, it wasn't. It certainly.
It was a nightmare. Oh God, the ref.
The ref.
Who gave the?
Wasn't it Loftus-Cheek? Loftus-Cheek went down for a penalty.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one.
Lanzini scored a blinder.
Yeah, Well, he's not fit this week. He's not fit till 4 or 5 weeks into the season. We don't have Payet fully fit either.
Good news. He's a wonderful player.
So yeah, good news for you lot. But
yeah. So. Do you think? Let's have a prediction from our debut guest of this season. What are we going to go for?
Under the lights, Stamford
Monday
Bridge,
night.
Monday night, first Monday night game
London
of the season.
derby. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'm going to go high scoring. I don't rate our defence particularly highly yet. I don't think they've settled, but I think we've got attack in abundance.
Right.
So I'm going to say we're scoring at least 2.
Means we've got to score 3.
Scoring. I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2. Would you take that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go 4-2 to Chelsea. If you want to see my team, just so you know,
6-1 West Ham.
I've done a video on my starting 11 for this game. It's a couple of videos back. I'll put it up now. The link, there it is. And that is a video that I did about the team that I think should start against West Ham. And it's also with Nizar Kinsella from goal.com. It's a really good video. Hope you enjoy it. Check it out. Rob, thank you so much for coming on.
Make
sure that you go over to the Football Republic to check out Rob and a few of his mates. It's a really, really good channel.
Just my mates.
All right, guys, welcome to Chelsea Fans Channel. Now, as you can see, I'm up at Wembley for the Community Shield. Now, Man United fans love to sing songs about our success being very hollow. However, I suggest to you lot that their heads are, so follow me.